Hello and welcome back to The Lion's Den. I'm your host Matt, as always, and I think I'm slowly perfecting the correct way to record. Slowly but surely. We'll find out. Hopefully we don't get too many awful plosives and it sounds good this week. Again, I'm here with my co-host Holly the cat, who again is just sleeping, on the chair to my right. And I'm sat currently partially under the desk so that the microphone is at head height, because I'm a smart boy like that. Right, anyway, let's get started with this weird thing that I've decided to do this year. So, I had a pumpkin spice latte about 2 hours ago. Or maybe more like an hour ago, actually, not 2 hours ago. I really wanted to try one because ever since I heard the concept of them, I thought it's just a latte with a bunch of cinnamon in it. That sounds right up my alley. Because if you gave me a normal latte and then cinnamon, totally would put it on top. Totally would put it on top because I really love cinnamon. I love the smell of it. I love the taste of it. Cinnamon rolls are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You cannot tell me otherwise. And proper done cinnamon rolls, ones that you make yourself and the yeasted dough and everything. Oh, so good. Cinnamon sugar as well. If you need a cinnamon fix because you're crazy like me, you get a bit of brown sugar, bit of cinnamon, mix it together. You've now got cinnamon sugar, well done, and then just sprinkle it on some buttered toast. So good. So good. And it's so stupid simple to do. But obviously, it's sugar. So try not to overdo it with the amount that you have because it's not healthy. Anyway, I thought pumpkin spice latte, that sounds amazing. And from now on, I'm going to refer to it as a PSL because, yes, I am a basic white girl. It was weird. I'll be perfectly honest. It was very creamy, very sweet. There was definitely cinnamon in it. I could definitely tell cinnamon. But the problem is, everything else that when I Googled what was in it, I couldn't decide if it was in it because the problem is I've never tried pumpkin on its own. I've never had a pumpkin pie because I'm British and pumpkin pie isn't really a thing here. I've not had nutmeg or clove in isolation, so I don't entirely know what they are like. And I was just honestly confused, very confused by the whole experience of it because it just tasted odd. And I don't know if that's just because my brain was expecting coffee and it tastes nothing like coffee, which to be fair, I should have expected because that's what I've heard on the internet, is that there's so much other stuff in it that it drowns out the flavour of the coffee, even though there's a shot of espresso in it. But yeah, it was just, I was drinking it thinking, I'm not hating it, but I'm not particularly enjoying it either. Also, oh my god, it's really expensive. Like £3.90. That's basically £4 for a small as well. I ordered a small. Holy moly. So yeah, that's definitely a one-time thing that I won't be doing ever again. I'll probably just order a normal latte or a cappuccino or just any basic coffee drink and add a cinnamon to the foam on the top. Because that's probably about what I want, and that's what I kind of hoped it would be, but better, but no, it was not good, so I would avoid, unless you like really sweet drinks and you like pumpkin things, go for it, but if you actually like coffee, don't bother, it's not worth it, and it's so expensive. I mean, coffee drinks are expensive, but nearly £4 for what was maybe 300 millilitres of fluid? Jeez, come on now. But speaking of pumpkin spice lattes, that means it's autumn, and potentially now we're heading into winter when it's December, which, again, that's a whole topic for another day, the weird way we label seasons, but Christmas is too early. People are doing Christmas way too early. We're already getting Christmas ads. Basically, the minute Halloween ended, it started being Christmas, which is stupid. A lot of companies, especially Disney, is really bad for it. I think in August they start doing Christmas stuff before even Halloween has happened. It's like, I think the time at which you can start doing Christmas stuff should be the beginning of December, and that is it. It should be no sooner. And if you are a company that starts doing Christmas things before the 1st of December, I hate you and you're an idiot. Yeah, it kind of builds up the hype, but that's the problem. It builds hype. Everyone gets really excited in November, but it's like Christmas is still a couple months away because it's basically the end of December that Christmas is. And I mean, I'm a big person for Christmas. I really enjoy Christmas. I love the atmosphere. I love all of the things that come out of it, like the food, the lights, you decorate your house, you have the tree and everything. I love it, and I love the wonderful homey feeling you get with being around family and friends at that time of year when it's freezing cold and dark at night and whatnot. But I don't want it in November. In November, I'm still kind of in autumn mode, transitioning into winter mode, and I have to work until almost Christmas, so I don't want Christmas shoved down my throat in November. You get me? Like, we don't need it. Mariah Carey can get her royalties a little bit later this year. Come on now. Honestly, it's annoying and frustrating, but you do have to kind of either deal with it and just say, fine, this is the life, this is the capitalist society we live in, or you have to avoid it like the plague, which, to be honest, when you're working from home and you don't watch the TV all too much, actually manageable. You can get away with not seeing too much Christmas rubbish before you want to, I suppose. And the thing is, I work in an office now, so I work with other people, and other people do watch TV, unlike me, the weird millennial Gen Z that I am. People are talking about Christmas ads and how bizarre and weird they are, and I'm sat there thinking, I haven't seen any of these ads because I don't watch TV. And Christmas ads are really weird because obviously we do have TV at home because, other people in my house watch TV and that's fine. So I do catch glimpses of the Christmas ads and they're just so bizarre. They've got absolutely nothing to do with the topic at hand, whether it be food or presents or, I don't know, donating for charities, because charities love to try and cash in on the whole Christmas thing, and you might be fortunate enough, but other people might not. Which is fine, but then don't sugarcoat it and make it a really weird abstract ad. If you want me to donate, just be like, yo, be a decent human being and donate, rather than trying weird guilt trip tactics. And it's like, ugh. But I mean, all charity ads do that, and honestly, it's kind of like, most people are charitable, but the way they try and advertise it to you to be charitable is just annoying. They need to go back to the drawing board and find a more a more personal way of encouraging charity, I think. So, but that again, people are probably going to slay me for my comments about charity. Now, one thing that Christmas does bring a lot is singing. That was a wonderful way to segue into this topic. I like singing, personally. I sing in the car when I'm driving, because I'm alone, and nobody has to hear my weird cat wailing. Sorry, Holly. I sing sometimes in the shower. When I'm home alone and there's nobody else in the house, I'll sing out loud because, singing is fun. And I bet there's some chemically stuff like that goes through your head, endorphins and oxytocin. Is that another one? I didn't do chemistry or neurobiology. I did physics, so don't ask me. But yeah, I think the thing is, in my head, I know exactly what to do with singing. I know the notes I'm supposed to be hitting. I know that, like, there should be vibrato here and that you should be shifting up or down and how to sustain and when to breathe. I know all of that stuff. But what actually comes out of my mouth is awful. It's terrible. I'm probably tone deaf when it comes to singing. And the one thing I wanted to know is, could I be taught to sing acceptably? I think is the word. Not like an actual pop artist or a well-known singer. Could I just be able to sing so that people's ears don't bleed? Is the best way I could talk about it. Because having known a couple people that can sing, they go from talking in their normal voice to a completely different singing voice, like at the drop of a hat. And it's mind-boggling when you see it in person for the first time, especially if you've never heard them sing before and all you've ever heard is them talking normally. When they do that switch, that flip to their singing voice, it's like, wow. But for me, my singing is just my normal voice, but melodic, but badly melodic. And I wonder if there is an actual singing voice in all of us somewhere that you need to be taught to bring out. Because obviously some people will naturally be able to just access their singing voice. But I wonder if everybody has a singing voice and you just need to be taught how to use it, if that makes sense. Because I've read things about using your head voice when you're singing, so bringing some of that sound in your mind out into your voice. Because in your head, you might be singing slightly higher than what's actually coming out your mouth, or vice versa. Your voice might be higher than what's in your head. So if you can correlate your vocal cords to what's in your mind, you then sing the correct thing, if that makes any sense at all. But yeah, I'll see if I ever do have time, because now I don't have time, which is a sad part of being an adult. But if I ever do have time, I will probably look into singing lessons. I pray that singing lessons aren't super duper expensive. I mean, obviously, you're paying for the service, so it has to be a reasonable price. And obviously, depending on who you get to teach you, it will be more or less. Like, if you had Tom Jones teaching you how to sing, that would be super expensive. But I'm not exactly in contact with Tom Jones. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed listening to once more the ramblings of a man who has no idea what they're talking about. Yeah, enjoy the colder weather, or unless you're in Australia or one of the other countries where it's now actually summer and it's getting really hot. I feel so sorry for you because I could not cope with it being 40 degrees Celsius right now. Anyway, see you all later. Bye.